What's going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Ty, the Lego guy here, and welcome to another episode of the Blast from the Past catalog series. Today we're going all the way back to 1996. This is one of my favorite years from Lego. It's also when I started collecting it roughly, so there's a bit of nostalgia here for sure. This one has a lot of great themes, and I think you guys are really gonna like this one. But enough talk, let's get right into it. So if you're a fan of the classic themes, this is the perfect year for you. Check that out. We got Castle, Space, Pirates. We even have Aqua Zone, which is not a classic theme, but it's still really good, along with the Wild West theme. If you like historical lines, that's another one you might like. I'm a big fan of Wild West, just FYI. And as you can see, these bandits are trying to rob the stagecoach. Now they're running away. Really cool looking artwork. Moving into the inside, you'll notice they have Zach, the Lego Maniac. I did not make up what's going on Lego Maniacs. I got it from Lego, and this is the guy that originally came up with it. Then we have a number of sets just below them. So we have the pirate ship. This was like the Spaniards, along with city or town as it used to be known as, and the Aqua Sharks. Really, really cool. This is just beginning 1996. As you can see, these sets hadn't even released yet, which takes us to the Wild West theme. I mean, look at that Fort Lego Rado. This is an amazing set, definitely within my top 10 sets of all time, along with the Bank, which is also quite a cool looking set. And this is what I loved what they did back in the day. Check this out. They have this big scene of all the Wild West sets, or most of them, put together. They even set it up on some dirt. The features, or at least the dynamite features to these sets, worked fabulous. You could make the one bandit rescue the other bandit, which was a really cool feature. And here we have a couple other sets, the gold mine along with the sheriff's office. This by far is, again, this probably falls into my top 5 or top 10 themes as well. And then moving to the next page, we have, oh buddy, we have Explorines. Oh man, this is just nostalgia overload. Just recently, I now own all of the Explorines sets, and they're just awesome. The only thing is the white would yellow over time if you had it in sunlight. That was kind of unfortunate. Just a really cool looking theme overall. Then we have Unitron. The monorail, I always wanted this set. I never really got a chance to get it, although I did have one chance and I kind of blew it. Anyways, that's a story for another time. Then we have the Spirus theme. These guys kind of fought both the Unitron and the Explorines. And then moving to the, oh, this is cool too. In case you guys are wondering, on the top right corner, they have the themes, or at least minifigures of each of the themes that page is supposed to represent. Then we have Pirates. This is what I mean. This was an amazing year for Lego. So we have the Spaniards along with the Pirates. This pirate ship wasn't all that great, but it wasn't terrible. This was right before the tan piece was introduced, which is part of the reason why the sand is yellow. And here's another scene. You're probably noticing that they could have had a little bit more variation with the minifigures because there are a lot of what almost looks to be clones, but just check that out. So cool. Reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. And then moving to the next page, we have Castle. Unfortunately, I was never able to get my hands on any of these ones, but I always wanted to, kind of envied some of my friends that were able to get some of them. This is probably one of the best castles they ever made too. I think it's the Lions Castle. Anyways, it's 6090 in case you're wondering what the number is. We also have the Forestmen, which are making a return, something I'm thrilled about. They also have a large scale scene, just like the other ones. That looks so awesome. It looks like they even used some rocks to kind of make it up, which is quite interesting. Again, it's just very unique to the 90s and the 80s. They don't really do that nowadays, which is something I think they really should return to. And now we have Aqua Zone. Just recently got this set. I still have to review it, but man, is it cool looking. It's just amazing what they did back in the day with these scenes. And then we have the Aqua Sharks. These guys were at odds with the Aquanauts, in case you guys are wondering. I have reviewed a couple of these smaller sets, but I really want to get the main bad guy sub. Overall, just so awesome. Let's now move on to the next, which is Lego Town. These are quite basic by today's standards, but honestly, some of the builds, well, they almost look like they're junior builds. They were really into jet skis back in the day, which I always thought was kind of funny since they basically haven't really returned to that nowadays. And then another large scale scene. We have a couple of the old school road plates, which I know a lot of you guys love. So many people are not fans of the new ones just because they kind of stick out. What is it, they're about a brick in height or 2 plates. So it just makes your town a little bit more difficult to build. Not sure what I feel, but I do like the old school road plates. If I ever build a city, I'll have to decide which one I'm gonna go with. Then we have a number of other city sets, another scene. I did own this little jet ski. Don't have it anymore, but yeah, this was a theme I kind of wanted to get more into, along with Paradisia. So these were some of the sets that were still around in 1996. It's a very underrated theme in my opinion. And then moving on, we have some more city sets. I did own this one. This may have been my first Lego set ever. I don't own it anymore, or no, I do, but it's really, really beat up. But yeah, this is where my Lego journey kind of started. This may be my first set, I'm not sure. Then we had Time Twisters, or Time Cruisers. This one was just all over the place. I remember as a kid, I never ever liked it because there's just so many things going on. Nowadays, I've kind of changed my opinion about it. I don't mind it. It's kind of like Back to the Future, but Lego's knockoff version of it. And if you want to buy any of these sets, they're not too expensive, so it's kind of a positive. And then moving on, we have some boats. These boats all floated, which was quite interesting. As it points out there, really floats. And then we had some Lego Trains. Lego Trains has been around for so long. And then we had some of the original, what almost is like UCS style sets. As you can see, they're still quite blocky by today's standards, but not bad overall. And then we have some Technic. So Technic has been around for years, and they had these awful looking big figs. If you like them, nothing against you, but they're just not my thing. They did have motors and whatnot that kind of worked, or at least you could power it up, which was kind of interesting. Again, just that big fig. Not a fan, but what are you gonna do? And then over here we got a couple more Technic sets. Definitely dated by today's standards. And then over here we had the Mania magazines. So this is where you could kind of find other kids' creations. It's something that's obviously been done away with, but it just brings a lot of nostalgia. And I don't think it was a bad idea, especially since the internet wasn't really going at this time. And then the back page just again gets into the Mania magazine. But yeah, that pretty well does the catalog. Let me know what you guys think about this one. What maybe is your personal favorite set that's in here, or whether you just outright hate the sets back from the 90s. I'm a big fan. That probably came through in this review of this 1996 catalog. But that pretty well does the video. But if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing, especially if you like taking a look at older catalogs, and click that bell so you're notified for any future ones we do. We do probably one of them every month or two. And yeah, I love taking a look at the older sets. A lot of them were just really good along with the themes. I mean, check that out. You get all the classics basically in 1996. But that pretty well does it again. But thanks again for watching, guys. And I'll catch you on the next one.